C2113 here, and we've made it to, I like to think it's a nice milestone, 300 subscribers. All right, now to put some perspective on that, I've had this channel since 2007, and up until, let's see, up until maybe 6 months ago, I never broke more than 235 subscribers. All right. So over the course of just a few months, 4 months really, since I really started pushing it and pushing out content, we got to 300 subscribers. All right. So right now we're just taking a look. I just thought I'd give you a nice backdrop. I'm gonna look at my grow tent here that I have set up, and this is a dual chamber grow tent. I got my plants in there. Now this one is a dual chamber, so it has a vegetation section, as you can see. And this thing is all right. There we go. You know what? I got this. I'm filming this with my iPad because my phone's out of commission, and I got this protector on the back, but it's just blocking the camera, so we're just gonna cut that off. All right, so you can see this is a dual chamber, so you have a fully isolated vegetation chamber, and you have, or this could be a flower chamber, whatever, and this is a growth chamber. So you can set up your, you can set up your plants here. You can have, you can have the germination over here, and then you can bring it over here, and grow your veggies or whatever you're growing. Now, obviously, if you're doing some medical marijuana or some shit, this is great too, because you get your clones over here, and then you can flower them over here. But I don't actually know that much about that. So yeah, no, I just wanted to make this video because I'm really proud of all y'all that subscribe to the channel, that let me know what you like. You can leave me the comments telling me how I'm doing. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna be doing a special video tomorrow. It's not like super special, I'm not gonna go out and I don't really have the money the resources to make some crazy amazing video happen, but I do have something I'm very excited about, a very cool product. You could say it's tactical, and I'm really excited. Again, it's something that I purchased. All of the stuff that you see on my channel is stuff that either I purchased or I've done, or it's all my stuff. If I ever do a video where I'm paid, or I really don't think I'll be paid, but I may be given a product to review, you guys will know that firsthand. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, fine print in the comments or in the description or anything like that. So anyway, I'm just really excited. So again, thanks for all the support, guys. You guys make this happen. You guys give me that give me the strength to keep on going, so to speak. So but yeah, so what we have here is, I'll just show you real quick before I let you guys go. So what we have here is a tiny Musa banana tree. As you can see, it's really healthy. Ever since I gave it some light, it's been loving it in here with the light and heat. Unfortunately, I can't get the humidity up in here. Even with the humidifier, it's really low, as you can see. But the heat is right on point. We're at 95 degrees inside here. But inside my room, it's a comfortable 70 something. Now this is a plumeria cutting. My parents actually sent me this. They got it in Florida, but it's originally from Hawaii. As you can see, I don't know if you can see on there, it was a little bit dried out. You can see the wrinkles all in there. But actually, I'm surprised that it's actually doing pretty well. I can tell that it's doing a lot better, and that it's probably rooting well, and it's going to probably start growing soon, because you can see these tips are getting real green. It's hardened up. When I first got it, it was real soft, which is a bad sign for cutting. But it's really hardened up, so it's not squishy anymore. The growth heads have all gotten real green, and I can start to see just a little bit of, like, tiny little bits of green in the growth heads there. Little tiny within the dark areas where all the where the growth shoots will come out of, and the new growth will come out of. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm thinking this thing is rooting pretty well, and I'm expecting to see some growth out of this within the next, for sure, the next 2 weeks. I mean, for sure, within the next 2 weeks, I expect to see at least the start of a leaf or something. Over here, what we have is it's a pixie grape, and this is the, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. It's like a dark, it's a dark purple grape. But a pixie grape basically is a miniature dwarf grape, and it's a true dwarf variety. It grows, I mean, basically the maximum length that the plant will get to is probably that height of that light. So from, if I back up a little bit, give you some perspective here, you know, there's the setup, right? I mean, that's about 2 feet, and the maximum length for the plant is about 2.5 feet to 3 feet max. And that's if you give it tons of fertilizer and, you know, really, you know, steroid it up, so to speak. But in this current setup right now in the pot, and, you know, if I get it to a slightly larger pot, like eventually I'm going to probably transplant it into something this size, it's not going to get any bigger. And, you know, there are people that grow it in like a coffee cup on their desk. So, I mean, this is an excellent plant. And also, it's ever-bearing, so it flowers throughout the year. So my plan is probably to, because I'm going to be growing it indoors, to not really give it a dormant period, or if I'm going to, give it a really short dormant period, because it really only needs like a month or two if you're going to do it. And from what I've read, it doesn't even require a dormant period, so I can just keep it going all year round. And unlike a regular grape, it'll be fine. And I think that's really cool because it's a true dwarf. So it's something that's literally a miniature version of a full-size plant, because there's no way, right, if I have a full-size grape plant, that I'm going to be growing something that's worth half a shit if I grow it in here. Well, one, because it's going to get huge, and in, you know, any type of vine, crawling, climbing plant, I've always had a really hard time growing with grow lights. And I think mainly the reason for that is I always get reaching behavior, right? And it's just, there's not enough light to like reach out, and you really need that wide surface area, because if you have it going up, the growth that's towards the light, closest to the light, is always going to grow a lot fuller than the stuff that's further away. And so you get this strange lopsided plant that's like getting bigger as it goes up, you know? And so it never really turns out right. And so the nice thing about this is, with a regular grape, for example, I'd have to keep it really short, and as a result, because of how long the plant is between each node, I wouldn't get much growth. I wouldn't get much very many leaves, flowers, or grapes in the end. But you can see here, just by looking at it, everything is miniaturized, right? And including the gaps between the nodes. So you can see literally the gaps between the nodes are like half an inch, right? So half an inch between nodes, that gives you a lot of growth within one stem right here. And so, I mean, even if I just kept it at this length right now, all right, and then eventually when it gets big enough, or when it gets grown enough, I'm gonna get a little mini trellis for it and probably put it in this pot or something like that. I could still get a decent amount of grapes, right? At least two bundles or whatever it's called. And because what? Look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I got all these nodes on here, right? On a normal grape plant, this would be like 4 feet long, all right, 5 feet long, of just growth to get that many nodes. Maybe a little bit less. Maybe like 3.5, 4 feet. But you get the picture, all right? So anyway, guys, this video's got long enough. I just want to say thanks again for all the support. New video coming out tomorrow. Keep posted. Let me know how I'm doing. Give me some comments. Don't forget to subscribe.